Time to take a look at three things that Lance is looking forward to as camp continues. They'll be back on the field tomorrow. So, Lance, you begin with identify the run game, both sides of the football. Take us through what we're seeing here and kind of what you're thinking relative to that.
Well, first thing is when pads go on, Mason Graham is really good. You're going to see him get off the football. He's going to read those pullers. And then watch him bend at the end of this play. You see him go right there. That's an incredible athleticism. Then you see these guys, then you see him here, see how flat he gets. That's just really hard to do, his athleticism. They've done a really good job of getting their hands on first. You see Miles throws the coach away. Miles is just a different kind of guy, but these guys are all working really, really well with their hands. They're all working really, really well at getting into their gaps. Mason Graham has gotten better and better, as I thought he would when the pads go on. He plays with such great leverage. Him and Malik Collins have been really, really tough to block. Now, as we get into Schlesinger and some other guys at the second level, these guys have to be very, very good, and this is going to help that offensive line improve because the offensive line has had a tough time moving Graham. Now, you see a double team here. Then you're going to see with that double team, it frees up Baker. And that's a really good job by that defensive tackle of taking on that double team and allowing that backer to make the play. Then you're going to see, again, in the middle here, you're going to see them set the edge now on the offense, right? Now, they haven't run it very well inside, but they have done that pin and pull, which is part of their process as well. So as we go back, again, it's these guys constantly repping, constantly going against each other, and the idea of can you be physical every single day? And if you can be physical every single day, you have a really good chance of carrying that over into a game. And that's where I think the Browns have a chance to be successful, is because I think both lines are going to be pretty solid. As I've said before, I think this defensive line has a chance to be outstanding. And the addition of Collins and Graham has made this interior line, it went from pretty solid to really, really good. And I think that's important because if you can stop the run, then you can unleash those pass rushers. And if you can be physical and get to second 10, right, you can now turn those pass rushers loose and that good secondary. So I'm looking for physicality. That's my favorite play. Watch him take on the double, frees up Baker. One of my favorite plays in camp right there. So I just think it's something the Browns can do. I think there's something they should be very, very productive with if they can get this physicality going. So I'm just looking for consistency with the physicality.
Is that something you and I talked ad nauseum probably last year to people that were watching? They didn't have an identity. Can that be their identity, that physicality on both sides of the line?
Well, yeah, and it plays into their strengths, right? So one of my things I have coming up is how do the Browns win games? The first thing I got to do is win on first down, both sides of the ball, because you think about where their strengths are, right? Their strengths are on offense. They're a learning curve, right? Their strengths are their punter's been incredible at camp and their defense. So if I'm going to help the quarterback, I got to win on first down. It gets me 2nd 5, then I can run or pass. The defense has to play base. On defense, if I can win on first down, it's 2nd, 3rd long. Now I can turn pass rushers loose, and I have a really good secondary. So those are kind of the things you think about, but they got to win on first down. And no matter what it is, this is Kevin Stefanski's offense that I'm seeing out there. And what that means to me is not only does he know it, but more importantly, he can fix it. And that's what we all, as an offense coordinator, we got to know how to fix the stuff when defenses make adjustments. And that's where they're back to. So I look for a lot more production if this offensive line can hold up from this offense this year because it's Kevin Stefanski's stuff.